Too kind, my friend, too kind. And there's Spencer and Killa and Brennan and Binky, of course, and DMG and JD's own. What other cool humans are here? A lot of cool humans are here. See if I can make this a bit bigger. No, I can't really do that. I'm gonna make it bigger, can't I? Go that way. My dog's coming in. Oh, I have to give everybody a warning. It's not a real warning. It's sort of a warning. We're getting... You might actually be able to hear that right there. We're having plumbing done again. Houses, man. We're doing plumbing again. And they're like literally replacing pipes. I think they're done. Who's he what's? Can you hear those guys? I think they're done with the main sawing. They've been like sawing things, so anyway, hopefully it won't be too noisy, too bursty. And as long as you behave, you're gonna behave yourself, young lady, and not be a daft twat and go barking in the middle of a live stream, will you? She's like, no, I'm not planning on it, Dad. But look, somebody has to throw down and make sure this house is safe. Well, that person's gonna be me, and like, I can't predict that kind of a future. So you're saying you cannot guarantee you to keep your mouth shut? Dad, I just told you. Bro, you're not listening. I don't know what kind of danger or threat assessment is gonna happen in the next 5 minutes. So, why would you even make that request of me, bro? Brendan, last year we talked about the German accent. We actually learned American English and Oxford English in school. Nice, yeah, I remember that. Fade the bangs and atmosphere, kind of. Nice, DMG. Nice. I don't want to ignore YouTube's. Calm down now. He said Saba will start in a few minutes. Good start. Come on, spam the heart. Go. Let's go. You guys are funny. Hi, Diego. Hi, Anonymous. Jesus. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. I'm good, Lola May. How are you doing? Hi there. Spencer, Diego, Killa. Who else? Messina, Ola. McQuillan, again. Okay, Squarehead. Dalton. Wait, Dalton, what's your request? I request, nay, I require. It's very bold of you, darling. You require. I will read on, but under duress and protest. A new 1890 shaven haircut you posted 4 years ago. That was a classic, wasn't it? I could do that. Yeah, and as well, I'll just tell one of my main mods, Megan, throw that one in the thing, the channel request thing. Yeah, I could do another 1890 shaven haircut. I like that idea. I'm actually gonna have a question to ask you guys a little later. I'll wait until a few more people get here, and then I'll put into a poll the audience. Neon ways. Bonjour, mon frère. Bonjour. Guido. Abondance. Ciao. Ciao, bello. Buonanotte. I love that you're in Rome, and I'm in Los Angeles. Rome and LA. And yet here we are, chit-chatting in real time, darling. So yeah. You must be so busy right now. I mean, you're looking at it as my job to ramble. Sometimes do things creative. It's a weird job. The Joker bartending. I know everybody wants a new bartending video. Maybe I'll do a new bartending video. I just have to go get a bunch of ingredients. And part of me is like, well, you know, you don't want to like remake the same content. You might as well add it. But on the other hand, it's been so long that, like, you know, yeah, it'll be a lot of the same cocktails, but every person should know how to make a few basics, right? Not every person. If you're a party host and you enjoy spirits. Like, I think everybody needs to know how to make a margarita, you know? Like, how do you make a good margarita? It's simple. These poor guys grunting and groaning under my house. God, I'm so glad I'm not a manual laborer. Being in construction is hard work, dude. It's just work. And crawl under my house. There's all spiders down there and stuff. Give you heebie-jeebies. I do not like crawling under my house. I've done it like 3 or 4 times. Thanks, Megan. I've done it like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, they're down there hauling pipes and putting pipes in and sawing pipes out and getting rid of old janky pipes. And it's the Lord's work they're doing. It's the Lord's work. And anyway, schnitzel themed cocktails. But again, like, everybody should know how to make a margarita. You should know how to make an old fashioned. It's really not hard. You should know how to make a thank you, Tempers. I'm glad you like that. And I hope you're getting better there. We have a quick heal. There, Maya. What else is there? Margarita, old fashioned, mojito, you know? What other kind of cocktail should you be able to make? Basic martini, you know, vermouth and gin or vodka. You should know how to make, like, some just basic cocktails. But, you know, maybe there's stuff I can redo again. Like, the thing is, I love cucumber jalapeno cocktails. Like, they are. And where I used to, work at Palmia, great bar in the South Bay in Hermosa Beach. Shout out to Palmia. Make great cocktails, and a lot of our cocktails were cucumber and jalapeno, or cilantro, serrano, raspberry, a lot of muddled everything. We made everything like with some kind of mixy, muddly cocktail, but they were delicious cocktails. But I almost never make them. It's so funny. I never make, like, the fanciest drink I ever make for my wife and I is like an old fashioned or like a Moscow Mule. Okay, everybody needs to know how to make a Moscow Mule. It is vodka, ginger beer, and lime. Dude, amazing drink, right? But so the classics, you should be able to make the classics. Anyway, a cocktail with a pickle in it. I've never had a cocktail with a pickle in it, I don't think. Have I? Maybe. Was it a sweet pickle? Was it like a gherkin? Or was it like a dill pickle? Inquiring minds want to know. Junior Venom, how is it that you aren't role-playing as the Joker, yet still give me the vibes of the Joker? Because I'm an actor, darling. And you know how, like, Jack Nicholson does characters, but it's always Jack Nicholson. Connor. Hi, Connor. Messing, you really enjoy the old-fashioned every second. Well, because the old-fashioned's a daddy of a cocktail. I mean, the old-fashioned is a daddy of a cocktail. It just, oof. It's always the right answer. Like, it's never not the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are other things that can be the answer, but an old-fashioned is always the answer. It's one of the kings. Travis Scott, but surely not from Egypt. Amazing. Lovely to have you with us, my friend. Teela's taking time. I'm sure it is. I know it feels like it's taking its time on my hang in there. Heal faster. Heal faster. Sorry about that, team. That is those boys. Son. There we go. This is true, Megan. Well, the thing about real sours, like a whiskey sour, an amaretto sour, a pisco sour, the thing about real sour drinks is that they're amazing because they're made with egg white. And when you shake egg white, it makes that really rich, like, foam. It's almost like a cappuccino, right? Kind of a foam on top of the drink. And so when you do, like, a proper sour amaretto, whiskey, or pisco, they just slap it like a smack a baby. Don't do that, I'm just kidding. But they're really good. They're really tasty. The fanciest cocktail I've ever had is a bottle with expensive vodka. Sorry, DMG, there's a whole world out there. Wonderful cocktails, if you want. I'm also not encouraging you to drink. I think whatever. You do you. But if you are going to, enjoy a cocktail. It's good to be able to make a few. Emily. Whoa. From Cincinnati. Well, hello, Emily in Cincinnati. I was just in Dayton visiting my family. And, Fekjuvali representing Denmark. Shout out to the Danes. Ola, young man. Sean, the little World Series. Nebraska's. And now I feel like going 3-2. I feel like you're too kind, Sean, man. Appreciate you. I thank you. Thank you for the update. Thank you, Sean. And the goose is good. She's sleeping behind me. Spencer, what is your favorite show? Depends on my mood. But I'll say one of the greatest shows ever filmed is season 1 of Westworld. Masterpiece. Anthony Hopkins. Ed Harris. The musical soundtrack of Radiohead. It's so good. So good. Oh my god. Stafford got an epidural for his back. Oh no. Oh no, Jimmy G better step up and go. Aaron D's been hanging around the training camp a lot. Well, would he, Megan, would he just be like a coach? I mean, he wouldn't suit up again, would he? That beast, freaking Aaron Donald, man, one of the greatest. Well, he's a Pro Bowl Hall of Famer. I mean, one of the best centers in the game. I mean, the guy was just a monster. Cave London Bowman, hey buddy, good to see you, man. I made a nice virgin cocktail with coconut milk and lemon ones. Ooh, I bet that'd be very good. You drink quick, that will get very thick. Right, we don't want it to curdle. That's gross. I'm 16. Well, don't drink at all then. You shouldn't drink if you're 16. And beer, it doesn't matter, but whatever. Drinking with, well, wait, this bottle with everything was like drinking with the queen. Well, yeah. Again, you're 16. Take it easy, son. Take it easy. Do I like Frank Sinatra songs? Actually, I do, Daria. Fly me to the moon on this day. I love a lot of old Frank. Yeah, he's great. 33, are you talking about being an uncle? I am an uncle, whatever that means. Emily, what do you like to do for fun? Many things. Camping, Burning Man, traveling, going to the beach, which I did not do nearly often enough. Thanks, Big Bro. I appreciate it, man. Megan, he was saying the aspect of Parsons. I think Micah Parsons, he would for sure suit up right now. Maybe he's going to take a coaching. He was actually thinking of suiting up. Good Lord. Wow. What a legend. But I'd love to have him on the coaching staff, that's for sure. Man, you take a football now. If I'm bad enough, DMG. That was 18 here. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's not expensive. Yeah. Connor, what are your thoughts on Always is Sunny in Philadelphia? Sorry, my questions suck. No, Connor. That's a legit question. I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm a huge fan of The Boys and Sweet D. And yeah, I've watched a lot of Always Sunny. And there's some, I mean, like one of the greatest iconic, and everybody knows it. Like whenever somebody's like, you know how when you're out on a boat and you want to ask somebody a question, you know, because of the implication, like that has come up. I've heard somebody say because of the implication. Shh. I'm gonna close the door. That was rude. I'm closing it out, darling. Shh. They had to go handle some business, I'm unsure. I didn't ring the doorbell. Just walked across the ring, so it set off my ring alarm. But yeah, I love Always Sunny, man, because of the implication. But there's just so many great Always Sunny episodes. Oh, you know, Mac got fat, Mac got ripped. I mean, Rob McElhenney. I was about to say he's like underappreciated, but he's pretty famous. But Rob McElhenney's a legend. I would love to meet that guy and hang out with him. It'd be so fun. Sorry, I'm missing it on dogs, people. So I can't control my environment all the time, unfortunately. Is what it is. Do I watch soccer? No, only the World Cup. Sorry, Messina. Nate W. The Rogers Gemstones is phenomenal. Lucy. Silly dog. Yeah, Rogers Gemstones is freaking hilarious. Highly recommend if you haven't watched it. Drink alcohol, beer and wine, sparkling, accompanied by parent when they're 16. They like to buy and consume. They want to show you the pipes. Oh, hey guys. Okay, I am being beckoned. So sorry. I will be back. Give me a couple minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. I have to go look at my pipes. And they're gonna like check my work. So I will. And the White Lotus is amazing too. Hang on a second. So here, be right back. Really back. Who's back? I'll probably get copyright strike for that. No, I won't. Anyway, Mackenzie Soul. What's my accent from, boss? It's from Ohio. Is that the goose? I'm gonna let you in. You're gonna bark though. You're gonna bark at people. She's like, I'm not gonna bark, Dad. I'm not gonna bark. Why do you think I'm gonna bark? I'm just gonna chill. Just want to hang out in your cool office, Dad. I just want to hang out in your cool office and just like be here and just be in your cool office while you live stream. I'm not gonna bark. Go ahead. promises you're making with that wagging tail of yours. Your tail's making checks your ego can't cash. Isn't that right? But I love you so much, that's the problem. I love you so much. We finally got you Bravecto. Oh my gosh. She had fleas, poor thing. We got her Bravecto. So now she's flea-free. The drinking age discussion happening over. I'm kind of ignoring it. It's funny. But I'm going to dive into that. I'm going to dive into that discussion. Let's see, Spence, you got to go. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Really appreciate it. Long live the helmet. Yes. How do you say long live? Vielen Leben. It's a lot of life. You Germans out there, how do you say long live? Long live. The Helmut. Something Leben. Long lebe Helmut. Oh, there you go. Long lebe. Long lebe Helmut. Hello, all the Germans in the chat. Like, oh, no, I know how to say this. We all get to see your wife. I know, me. I know. Jeez Louise. Oh, and after the guys just said, they're doing the last bits of the pipe. Langes Leben. They're doing the last bit of the pipes, and they have to run every single faucet in my house for a second. It almost might be kind of funny. I mean, I should even turn the lights on and just let the mics go while I go and turn on every single faucet in my house. And you can just hear sounds of my house in the background. I might actually do that. That'd be kind of funny. Anyway. And Daniel, doing good, man. I'm not so come to see an adult YouTube. I've been curious how you spend your days. Lots of things, my friend. Lots of things. There's a lot of adult. What do you mean? There's so many adult YouTubers. What are you talking about? Like all the male ASMR artists that I follow: JoJo, Cat Bailey, Fred's Voice, Michael, Zeitgeist, Articulate Design. We're all like grown-ass men, so I don't know what you speak of, my friend. What voodoo you do. Country has identical, so all the outside there, the fermented drinks is 16, hard liquor is 18 and over. I feel like I remember that when I was in Europe as a lad, and I definitely, the first time I got drunk was no. Bro, Noah Drone. Dude, YouTube flagged that video and gave me like an 18 over. No idea why. It's gambling content, and I even appealed it or whatever. We talked about this on Monday. Anyway, it got an 18 over copyright strike. Not copyright strike. Age strike. So, whatever. YouTube, man. Embarrassment, I think, is a scam. It's not a scam. It's just something that people feel. Oh, they don't feel. Depends, older than 30. Well, again, Daniel, I'm even gonna, say, I bet all those people I mentioned are over 30. I think everybody I just mentioned is over 30. No, I just didn't feel like it, Noah. And because I just gotten that, Blackjack strike on my channel, I'm gonna, give it a minute. Yeah. So, yeah, I just didn't feel like it this week. I'll chat and, maybe do some, other ASMR, and, yeah, that's all. I just want to do something different. But, yeah, the age verification thing, whatever. Whatever. YouTube out of YouTube. And again, I really can't be mad at YouTube. It's so funny. I mean, what YouTube has done, is literally unprecedented. Because people would have uploaded videos no matter what. But the fact that YouTube lets you profit share and actually have a career possibility as a content creator with like really normalized like accounting. It's not like, it's just, it's so clean. It's just incredible. I mean, shout out to YouTube. You know, it's unreal. There are so many people, myself and many, many others, that have jobs that are so avant-garde. What I get to do is so cool. Like, I have the weirdest job ever. Like, am I doing ASMR? I guess I'm doing I do things that people enjoy. It's just very weird, man. It's neat, and I love that. When I was an actor, I'm still an actor. When I was a young man, I loved doing, you know, accents and characters and all that kind of stuff. And not one time in my professional acting career was I ever hired to do a voice that was not my own. Not one time was it like, can anybody do an Irish accent? English accent? Australian accent? South African accent? Like nobody cared. When I get to German accent, anybody here? Can anybody here play Edna mode? Anybody here can play Edna mode? It's the weirdest thing that I get to do. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So anyway, but yeah, YouTube's wild, man. So on the one hand, and as everybody is saying, you know, looks like YouTube and other platforms are all kind of really cracking down on getting age verification, which is fine. Like, yeah, you know, it matters for advertisers. So you really want to make sure your content is kind of evergreen. But yeah. Several private networks can dodge. Well, DMG, you can't dodge it. That's the thing, man. You gotta just embrace it. If you have a cell phone, you just have to embrace the fact that nothing is private anymore. Now, it doesn't mean, but here's what that, see, people conflate that. They'll think, S-71, you built submarines for the Navy. Bro, that's awesome. They didn't threaten to put me in YouTube jail. They just made that video 18 up, which is like, whatever, you know. Oh crap, I forgot what I was going to say. So that's what happens when I scan through the comments. And I was going to say a cool point too. I was proud of this point. It was a good story anyway. It was going to eat up at least a few minutes. The gentleman 3, this time is personal. What was that? Okay, Alan asks, thank you, Sean. Alan, how do you perfectly nail all of those accents? I just love accents, bro. I love accents. And, again, nobody who's hiring actors cares, but I get to do them. And I just love doing accents. I've loved them since I was a kid. I just love manipulating. I love manipulating the English language and how different it can sound and how beautiful it can sound. Yeah. You're the true Edna mode. Thank you. I do love playing that character. Okay, so actually, I think we have enough people watching. Yeah, YouTube and age verification. No, it doesn't matter. Thank you, though, Megan. I appreciate you. Okay, polling the audience a little bit here. because I've had to deal with, I couldn't film before the live stream because that plumbing stuff was happening. And as soon as I hear the door, I have to make sure I immediately turn off the sound, because Lucy's gonna bark, and it should happen in the not too terribly distant future. Question. Edna Mode reacts. What would you rather have Edna Mode react to? Burning Man? Avant-garde fashion show? Edna Mode reacts to... I want to do an Edna Mode reacts to something. I just want to figure out like the right one. The right one. I know we're talking about age verification and stuff like that. And again, I respect YouTube and what they've done. And while it's, it is what it is. Again, they're monitoring its scale. It's shocking how much they have to do. That's where I was talking. I think that's what I was going to start going on a rant about. I'm going to go on a rant about privacy. And just look at the comments really quick. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to comment. That's what I was going to say. Talk about like the myth of privacy. Okay, shh. False alarm. They're not done yet. Another Russian blackjack in the future. Absolutely. I love playing Dmitri. Oh yeah. Privacy. I love when people think that they have privacy. Unfortunately, since roughly 2007, when the iPhone came out, if you carry a smartphone, everything you've ever done, said, photographed, texted, is on a server somewhere. Everywhere you've been, the speed at which you got there, how long you paused, everything, all that data is somewhere, stored somewhere. Even the things you deleted, doesn't matter. Everything you've ever done is somewhere. And it doesn't mean that it's being watched. Like, nobody cares what you do. That's the thing. Like, nobody cares what you're up to specifically. But if they want to, and they want to turn that laser eye onto you, there's nothing that you do that is going to be private. Big brother. If they want to, they can look at your phone, they can turn your phone on, they can listen to everything, they can just completely, nothing you have is private. So, I mean, if you want to, be one of these people that's, going off the grid and, I want to go off the grid, man. Good luck, dude. It's just so difficult to survive. It's just so hard to survive when you're just not connected to everybody else on the grid. So, I think the thing that people conflate, though, is the idea that, on the one hand, you don't have any, real privacy. And at the exact same time, nobody's watching you. Okay? they are watching you in the nebulous sense, right? But people are like, and I get this idea that's like they're being watched all the time, and it's like, it doesn't work like that. But anyway, this is a weird rant. Who cares? Who cares about this rant? This is a dumb rant. Make sure it's okay for the, wait, I thought the Russian Dimitri wanted to buy for me. That was funny. Thank you, Sean. I'm glad you enjoyed that one. And I have some weird things into other people's devices. Do Kayvon and Boomin, I'm sure, and definitely only Ron Swans could go off the grid. I mean, it's like, it's almost impossible. Like, well, it's not impossible. It's just really hard. Like, if you want to really be disconnected, like, it's hard. We rely on the internet for everything. It's so convenient. It's amazing. It's amazing how quickly it happened, and how fast, like, we just take it for granted. Like ChatGPT. Like, this came out like yesterday, man. Like, where you could just talk to your phone like a human. Like this happened like 2 years ago. Like, that's it. It was like literally like 2 years ago. And now everybody just kind of takes for granted that, oh yeah, my phone has this insanely powerful AI that can literally confuse and pass any Turing test. It's like, we're just like, oh yeah, it's in my phone, no big deal. And ChatGPT 5 comes out like tomorrow. Or maybe it's out right now, I forget. Exactly, I'm going off the grid. But first, DoorDash and Instacart and maybe a little bit from Amazon. Teachers make us make an entire game with chat. That's awesome, Kayvon and Bowman. Thanks for the follow, Jason. And again, it's only gonna get better, man. And that is like, that's brand new. And how we just, as soon as we get this game-changing, revolutionary technology, it's amazing how fast we get used to it. It's just amazing. I'm just talking about technology. Like when I first moved to Los Angeles, good luck, DMG. I wish you the best. I remember when I first got to LA, September of 2005. Nobody had iPhones. The iPhone came out in 2007. When I had to get around, I bought what's called a Thomas Guide. Now, for those that don't know, a Thomas Guide is a book. Okay. It's a book of maps of all of Los Angeles, and it's in this, grid, okay, and it's called the Thomas Guide, and you had to have one. If you had to get around to LA, you had to have a Thomas Guide, okay? So you had your Thomas Guide, and I would physically print out my directions on MapQuest, and have a physical copy of the printout next to me on the seat, so I could follow it. Like, okay, what street am I on? Okay, and then 2007 happened, and everything changed, right? Social media explodes all of a sudden. Facebook, Instagram, even Twitter starts. Twitter was a little later, but they start, going and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was just listening to somebody, and I think we are about to have another 2007 moment with AIs, where it's like 2007. If you read the book, remember the book by Jonathan Haidt, the book by Jonathan Haidt, The Coddling of the American Mind, and Greg Luciano, The Coddling of the American Mind. He points out that there's this crazy thing that happened in 2007. Like, the graphs just go like this, of depression, anxiety, hush dog, like all kinds of crazy things. And that's right when the iPhone came out. And I'm curious what this AI is going to do. Like, we're right on the cusp of this new thing that nobody really knows what's going to do. It's so weird. Nobody really knows what is going to happen. Like, the smartest people in the world are divided on what is going to happen as we blindly race toward AGI. God, I hope we make it. Man, I hope we make it. If not, though, dude, what a time to be alive. Salute. Man, what a time to be alive. Oh, and Braden Yuhara asks, what are my favorite whiskeys to drink on the rocks? Need recommendations. Easy. You can never go wrong with Glenlivet. Anything Glenlivet, 12, 14, 16, or 18. Can't go wrong with Glenlivet. You can't go wrong with Michter's. Michter's is a great Irish whiskey. You can't go wrong with, what's another one I really like that I reach for? And obviously, Glenlivets are scotches. Michter's is an Irish whiskey. If you want to do a bourbon, I probably would recommend Basil Hayden, but I also like Bullet. So those are good. Yeah, those are some but the one that always to me just jumps out is Glenlivet. It's just so good, man. Like, you just can't go wrong with Glenlivet. It's just so balanced. It's like it's got that smokiness, but it's not over the top peaty, you know? It's great. Anyway. And Megan, thank you. You know, a lot of bartenders, myself included, you know, we take a lot of pride. It's you know, being a bartender is like a trade, you know. I mean, it's especially if you're at a nice restaurant or bar where there's, you know, a big drink menu and to memorize, you know, 30 or 40 cocktails plus all the standard ones, you know. When you ask us, like, what's your favorite drink? And you're like, I know what it is. And it's usually delicious, yeah. Buffalo Trace, love Buffalo Trace Dalton. New Joker video. I don't know, Isaac. So whenever I feel like putting on all that makeup, that's the thing about doing the Joker. I just gotta commit to putting on all, you know. It only takes me 20 or 30 minutes, but then taking it off is actually more of a pain in the ass than putting it on. Because the eyeliner stuff, you gotta rub your eyes with makeup remover, and I always look like I'm rocking guy liner. I'm rocking guy liner after I do a Joker video, and I also want to do a Beetlejuice video. So it's kind of similar makeup. Just Beetlejuice is just more muted. It's very similar, but he's not as harsh. There's almost a powderness, an ashiness to Beetlejuice. So I'd probably do the Joker first, and then almost take off some of the makeup and try to dim it down. I don't know what to think about that. Hi, Love Blazer. Hola. Connor, the future of AI is kind of terrifying to be fair and nice to know you're so optimistic about it, though. Well, listen, Connor. What else can you do? Right? It's like the old Chinese proverb. You know, it's if there's a problem and you can solve it, don't worry about it. Just solve it. And if there's a problem and you can't solve it, don't worry about it. You can't solve it. Worrying about anything doesn't do anything. So whether or not I worry about the AI future, whether or not I am excited about it or worried about it doesn't change what it will be. It will simply do and be whatever it be and do. And me worrying about it will have zero impact other than to make my life much more pain. So that's all. I'm not like insanely optimistic, but yeah. I can do Edna mode, Kayvon Dunbowman. So over on Twitch, Kayvon Dunbowman did a request of me to do Edna mode accent. So yes, for you, Kayvon Dunbowman, I will do a little bit of Edna mode. For I do love this character. She is a delight. An absolute delight. Oh, that's all I was asking you people. What would you want to see Edna mode react to? Would you rather see Edna mode react to a fashion show, the Burning Man, an avant-garde situation? These are questions, darlings. I think it doesn't matter. I do not really. I care about your opinion, but not really. I think what I will do is Burning Man. Edna mode reacts to Burning Man. That'll be fun. Plus, I think it's just the right amount of scandalousness. All you dirty little perverts out there trying to see some side boob or some butts. Hello, darling. What is happening?
Kids went to lunch.
Oh, okay, they went to lunch.
I
Don't walk in yet. Make sure they knock on the door.
just in case.
Good idea. That way, thank you. That's smart. Never mind. I thought they were gonna. I guess the guys are out to lunch, so it should be quiet now. Quiet. For a minute. Oh yeah. And I'll stay. I'll do Killing Gaming. I'll do Echo Effect here in a moment. Thank you, DMG. The last fashion show was great, I think. So yeah, like an avant-garde fashion show. I could definitely do that. I thought about reacting to Victoria's Secret, but it's just so boring. Maybe that'd be fun. But that's the thing. Maybe it would get a lot of views though, because it's Victoria's Secret, and Edna mode would be like, "This is the most uninspired design ever. Clearly, this was designed by men." You have a bunch of beautiful women parading around in their underwear, and literally they are wearing like spaghetti straps strapped to their backs like wings, and like angel wings. I'm sorry, darling, this is 1992. The angel thing, we're still doing that, and like looking like butterflies while we prance around in our underwear. This is the peak of fashion. Okay. So I could do like that kind of an Edna mode rant. And then people would get to see a lot of hot chicks strutting around on a runway as a review, as a reaction. Food for thought. But I think first I'll do Burning Man, because this is more interesting and still titillating. That's the beauty of Burning Man. It's like titillating, but also fun and playful, and experience and curiosity. It's all those things tied into one. And radical self-expression, darling. This is what I love, is that the radical self-expression of Burning Man. People can let their freak flag fly, and that is important. And Market Mike asks, got a job interview. It's out of your league at the moment. Any tips? The best tip that I've ever had. The best tip I've ever had in life is to focus on being expressive, not impressive. If you try to show off and look cool and be impressive, you will end up looking like a fool. However, if your focus is to simply connect with your interviewer, be curious, really listen. So when you ask a question, it's actually a very important question that makes them feel like you are really listening to them. But the most important thing you can do, darling, in any kind of human setting with other humans, is to not try to show off and be impressive. It is to simply be expressive, calm, and curious about them. Because that is what everybody loves to talk about, is themselves. It's everybody's favorite subject. Ask them about where they're from, what are they up to, what do they like to do, what are they into. And if you go, yeah, oh my gosh, that's so fascinating, there will be like, it's almost like a superpower. I'm not even kidding. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Yeah, I like the idea of Burning Man. I think I'll do Edna Motor X to something with Burning Man. That'll be fun. Edna Motor cheese tasting. That's funny. Alright, that's it. Thank you, Raw Gaming Studio. I appreciate it, bro. And I'll do a little echo effect here. Exactly, Sean. There's no point in worrying about it, bro. Connor, sweet dreams, my friend. Appreciate you hanging out and saying hello. But now we'll do like some ASMR. Edna Mode explains complicated things. That's her job, darling. That's what she does. She's very good at it. I love Edna Mode. I love me some Edna Mode. Little bit of just playing with sound there. Yes, kid, I need to film that when I'm done here. Now when my plumbers are left, when my plumbers have left, I will then, what do you call it? I will then film a reaction to something Burning Man. Gotta find the right video to react to. Yes, Verlick, your favorite ASMR creator lives, darling. Of course I do. You're welcome. Keyboard sounds and echo effect. Yeah, it's okay. It's not like mind-blowing or anything. When's Edna Mode making an appearance? Ben, Edna Mode will probably show up tomorrow. Tomorrow, probably. It's probably what's going to happen. More likely than not. And I also haven't done it. Like another one I want to do. Oh, I want to poll the audience on this question too. I haven't done a classic. I have not done a classic therapy video in a minute. What should I do? What kind of a therapy video should I do? Court-ordered therapy was interesting. I can always do anxiety. Again, therapy for anxiety, because everybody has anxiety. I have anxiety. You have anxiety. We all have anxiety. Rock killing game. I think they're relaxing, because it's a very chill. This kind of lets me just more or less pontificate about psychology, which is one of my favorite subjects. Yeah. I guess I was trying to think of what would be a fun premise. Like therapy for. It doesn't have to be therapy for anything, I guess, either. Well, I feel like that's catchier if I anchor it to a theme. I feel like it's catchier. Second self affirmations. This is a little Stuart Smalley. I'm good enough. Gosh darn it, people like me. Low them anxiety. That's always a classic. Help intense group therapy. Man, I'd be so. One of these days, I will actually do a multi-character mashup. I've never done it before. I wonder how hard it's gonna be to do and have a flowing dialogue. I wonder how hard that's gonna be. I don't know, I've never tried. Maybe I should probably watch a video. How do you make a good thing where you are playing two characters at once? And how do you make sure that, unless I filmed it at the same time and then just cut it tight so I could have each character, but then I gotta make costume changes. That doesn't work. So you gotta film, all of the Joker's lines. Probably last a long time ago, Megan. Yeah. But it's break up or losing someone. Yeah, DMG. I did that one. I did therapy for divorce. Or therapy for grief. I've done that one before. It's just heavy, It's a heavy subject. Mr. Teddy Quid, Sup Jordan, Ashton, love to have you with us. But yeah, I would love to do Edna, Dimitri, and the Joker, walk into a bar. That would be hilarious. It'd just be a real pain in the patootie. To put together. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I also have to realize it doesn't have to be 30 minutes long either. And if each person kind of can monologue for a bit, which I have the gift of gab, I can monologue. I can blab. Interesting. Maybe that boy is just a lot of work. One of these days. No, it wasn't a strike, Sean. It wasn't a strike. Mr. Teddy could have someone who's just started working. Easy, Jordan. Be the best you can be. No matter what your job is, be the best at it. Care. Yeah, one thing that I can't stand is when, you've met people like this, they just don't care about their job, and they don't care that you're there, and you are just in their way. That's the customer. We've all felt those kind of people in situations. And it's I don't care about the job, whatever. I'm waiting for my next better job. And this is not a good attitude. I was talking to my wife, and we've both hired people before, and it's hard to hire people. It's shockingly difficult to hire people. It's hard to find people to show up, is the reality. And it's hard to find people that are genuinely motivated and enthusiastic. So if you can be, there's this person that we knew, and they wanted, their argument was, I would do more if I got paid more. I would do more if I got paid more. Listen, you have to earn it. You don't get a raise so that you'll get more work done. You got the raise because you kicked butt at your job and the brass noticed you, or you start your own company. Just a lot of work, but then you can do that. But you just gotta commit to the thing, man. So that's the best advice. Just whatever you're doing, take pride in it. Own it. If you're a barista, be the best barista. When I was a bartender, I really wanted to be the best bartender. I mean that. I cared deeply that people had a positive experience coming to my bar. I viewed it as my bar. I took ownership of it, and everybody at my bar had a good time. That was my job. So, that's my manly advice to all you youngsters out there entering the workforce. Whatever job it is, try to be the best at it. And cool things happen. Bro, Cat Librarian, I'm telling you, man, it is, hiring people it's weird. It is so hard. And it's so hard to have people that just show up. Like, and can show up enthusiastically, man. Yeah, Jordan. Good luck with that, Jordan. Yeah, just kick ass at your job. Be enthusiastic. Be the kind of person that people go, whoa, Jordan. The young Jordan. The young go-getter. I like the cut of his jib. And Sean, I could do Blackjack with like more people, but I don't know if it would make any difference for the actual viewer's perspective. Maybe it would. I can. Yeah, food for thought. Just have like 6 or 7 people playing. Nice, Cat. No, you good. I'm glad you found somebody. I'm rooting for you. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. And the side of getting hired is hard on that side of the table too. Amen, Megan. I mean, I remember, dude. I remember trying to become a bartender. And Daniel Gaming Studios. I'll do tell a story in the mode, boys. Why not? So back when I was trying to become a bartender, oh my goodness gracious, Nurse Kate, you cheeky little so-and-so. You're the best. Did I ever tell you that I appreciate you, Nurse Kate? Well, I do. I do appreciate you very, 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 very much. My goodness. And what was the question I was asking? I got distracted, man. I got so distracted. Oh, yeah, jobs and hiring and stuff. Wait, this is not... No, that's not it. Alright, well, yeah, it's hot on both sides. Okay, I know, DMG. It's freaking crazy. First, I'm giving you a hug, and I'm going to talk about the catch-22 of life. But first of all, come here. Give me, I appreciate you so much. You come here, Kate. And anybody else, give me, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you. Well, Jordan, you need to be DMing Atlas ASMR, for he is the king of the gentleman. That is his project. And if the gentleman were to be continued, it would have to be under his tutelage. So, yeah, dude, hiring. It sucks to be on both sides. It's hard to hire, and it's hard to get freaking hired, man. Like, when I first came to Los Angeles, in the mode. So when I first came to Los Angeles, I wanted to be an actor. So it took me to be an actor like everybody else. And like everybody who's an actor, of course, what do we all do? We want to become a bartender, or we want to become a server, a waiter. And so I was applying at all these different jobs. This bar, that bar, this bar, Irish bars, any kind of a bar. Nobody would hire me. Every single resume said you need to have at least 5 years of experience as a bartender. And I'm going, darling, I understand that. How do you expect me to get 5 years of experience as a bartender until I actually get hired as a freaking bartender? And so that was the way for a long time. It was like I couldn't get hired, and I finally got hired. But it's hard. It's tough. It's tough out there. Tough out there for sure. Guilt subs for not picking around. How dare you? You don't need to give me any guilt subs, Kate. Cheeky little monkey. Hope you're doing really good out there on the 7 Seas. Saving lives. Keeping that very important number we're talking about. That's a donkey, it's not a goat. I apologize. He used to watch as Atlas disappear. He did. Well, he didn't disappear, Jordan. Atlas sort of retired from YouTube. He is a professional videographer, and I think he just got really busy. Basically, he said he kind of did what he wanted to do for YouTube. You know, he enjoyed making the videos, but they were a lot of time. And he had another successful career going as a videographer and photographer, I believe. And yeah, we talk every now and then. He'll drop in on a live stream every now and again. And we've talked. I need to talk to him about doing a collab with Fred's Voice and doing some kind of a Star Wars thing. So I do a pretty mean Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor has this weird affect, and when he talks as Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he's Scottish, so he has this strange affect, though, when he puts on whatever accent this is. When he's playing Obi-Wan, it ends up sounding like this for some strange reason, and I don't even know what accent this is. It's not English, it's not Scottish, it's not American, it's Ewan, is what it is. It's the Ewan accent. I can do it quite well. So maybe he could be like Count Dooku or something, and I'll do a Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That could be fun. One of these days. He's absolutely a legend. He's so nice. He's such a prince of a man. He's so nice. The council told me getting hired, getting a license, so I'll find work, and once I get experience, it'll be much easier. This is true, DMG. This is true. Wisdom teeth surgery. Oof, rough. Yes, cat, that's right. Hopefully you're feeling better. All four at once. Ugh, so many wisdom teeth. Oh, thank you, Binky. So kind, Pumpkin. A little nice friendly reminder. Yeah, no, I still have my wisdom teeth. Let's see. Just curious, people. I have no idea, Sean. He asked. He's curious, how many people get put in YouTube or Twitch jail for age content. I have no idea. I bet it's not. It depends on what you're making, obviously. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know what gets an 18. What gets an 18 plus slap on it? Because you'll watch a bunch of videos or like sailing videos or whatever, and you see a bunch of, and it's not big deals. There's a lot of people in bikinis and stuff and bathing suits, whatever. But that feels way more scandalous than what I do with black. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, exactly. I have no control over that. Yeah, and I had no idea, GMD. DMG, I have no idea what makes that weird Ewan voice sound the way he sounds. Don't know. Take care, keep on the moon. Thanks for hanging out, my dear boy. Until next time. And Varlek, what countries have you traveled? Also, what cities in America? And what do you like the most? Well, thank you, Brian Cunningham from Ireland. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All the sweet dreams. Oh, you'll sing goodbye to Kip on Women. Nice. Exactly, Pinky. Pardon me. So, I've traveled a fair bit, especially for an American. Excuse me. I've been to Europe 4 times. I just have not been to Scandinavia or Eastern Europe. I've been to Western Europe 4 times. England, France, Holland, Germany, Italy, Spain, Switzerland. Yeah. Thailand. Peru, Mexico, Canada, United States, Alaska, and Hawaii, which are the United States, but they don't feel like the United States. I've been to a lot of places, man. Favorite cities? So many great cities. There's a lot of great cities in this country. I like LA. LA's pretty dope. A lot of cool things here in LA. Big fan of my city. It's not for everybody though. LA's an interesting town. It's not for everybody. But I like it here. What else? Seattle's a gorgeous city in the summertime. Oh my god. You know, Seattle's amazing. Highly recommend. I would definitely visit Chicago in the summertime or the fall. Same with New York. They're just cold, so I wouldn't go there in the wintertime. But Chicago and New York in summer, fall, spring, beautiful places. I don't know. America's a huge country, man. And we have so many beautiful cities. So many cool things. It's awesome. 007 Indiana Jones, bro. I went to college there, man. I lived there in Seattle for 5 years. From the ages of 20 to... No, technically, I was 19. Was I 19 when I moved there? Because I got there September of 2020. Yeah. Whoa. That's wild. I was 19. Boy, that's crazy. So I moved there when I was 19. And from Ohio. I turned 20 like 3 weeks after I moved there. So it's like, for all intents and purposes, I was 20. But technically, I was 19 when I got there. The thing about Seattle is, yes, it is rainy. It does have clouds. However, it was not as depressing for me as Ohio. It had more sun breaks, if that makes sense. Ohio, in the Midwest, you'll get weeks of time when it's gray. It's no rain, no sun, gray, high clouds, gray. It's 45 degrees, cold and gray for weeks at a time. And I found that very depressing. So Seattle is rainy, but then the sun will come out, then rain, then the sun will come out. But you're also surrounded by mountains. And Mount Rainier in the south, and you got the Cascades in the east, and you got the Olympic Mountain Range in the west, and Mount Baker in the north. I mean, God, Seattle is just a stunningly beautiful place, especially in the summertime. That's why it's called the Emerald City. Definitely go check it out. Let's see, I would love to go to Japan, Frank. I would love to go to Japan. Absolutely. I would love to go to Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Bali, Fiji. There's so many places I still want to go. Is solo travel hard? I don't know. I've known lots of people that have done it for like months at a time. And that's what kind of blew me away. I told you guys this story before. I dated a gal who was from Australia, and anyway, she was from Australia, and she was living in LA for like 4 months, 5-6 months. And then I met her friend who was Dutch, and she was traveling for like 6 months solo, okay? And I was just like, wait, what? How are you doing this? I know, seriously, Kate. It's been a minute. Should I take it? Traveling, what was I saying? I got distracted. Traveling, solo traveling. Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. People do it and seem to have a great time. It just seemed like one of those things that was unattainable to me. It seemed unattainable. But, I mean, I bet it's do it. Go rock, man. Go travel. Anyway, interesting. And surely not Travis Scott. Of course I would go to Egypt, darling. Are you kidding me? I would love to see the pyramids. Love to go to the pyramids. I've always had an obsession with Egypt since I was a little kid. I remember like one of my you on a boat and Leave the Goose. How dare you? I remember when I was a little kid, one of my favorite Sesame Street episodes was the one about Egypt, where Bert and Ernie were Ernie. Ernie is like so something cheesy, something like Egyptian-esque, but I remember that was like my favorite episode. I remember when I was a little kid, dude. When I was a little kid, I went to the Natural History Museum in Chicago, which is this big famous museum, and I remember seeing the mummies and just being like, what is this? What? And just being like obsessed. And then like they had the pyramids and the Sphinx, and then the more I've learned about the pyramid and the Sphinx, the more fascinating it gets. Because I don't know about you guys, I do not believe the pyramids were built by the Egyptians. I don't think they were. I think the Egyptians are an amazing culture. Truly incredible culture. One of the, maybe the greatest of the early civilizations, maybe. But I don't think they built the pyramids. I think they were there, and they just took them over and used them, used the Giza Plateau and built up around it. But I bet they didn't build them. It's just too much. There's too many question marks. It doesn't make sense. I think they repurposed them 100%. 100%. But I don't know. Now, I don't know. Like, I've seen the videos like, oh, the Great Pyramids were like a power plant. It's like, I don't know about that. That's a bit rich. But, dude, yeah, doing all that. Quasar Blade, thank you so much, my friend, for the $2 fist bump brew. Doesn't look like Angela's here. Awesome, Angela. Nice, Travis. Make the nice Kate. That's funny. I mean, that's what I'm saying, impressive. I mean, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like, I think that Graham Hancock is really onto something. I'm not saying that there was, like, people who had cell phones and, like, crazy technology. I'm not saying that. But they definitely likely were a few, very relatively speaking, relatively advanced societies before 2500 BC, so 4,500 years ago. Yeah, there's, if I was a betting man, there are, and yeah, like when Zahi Hawass, I used to be a big fan of Zahi Hawass, Zawi Hawass, whatever his name is, Zawi. I used to be a big fan of him because, again, as a kid, like, he was Egypt. right? Like, he is the man, right, on Egypt. But then, like, he was on Rogan, and it was so weird, like, the stuff he acted like he didn't know. Or maybe he knew but didn't want to admit it. Like, he'd never heard of, like, Göbekli Tepe. He had never heard of, like, there was something other. There was just like, wait. You're like the guy on Egypt and, like, ancient antiquity things. And you not heard of Göbekli Tepe? And there was another thing. And he was just like, yeah, dude, exactly, Travis. Like, bro, like, Zahi, man, so disappointing. And then he said, like, in my book, I've written this coffee table book, and in my book, there are photographs of me, and there are photographs, and it's like, wait, well, just Google them. Are these photographs online? It's like, no, they're only in my coffee book. And it's just like, wait, what? Like, you didn't, this science discovery is only available in your stupid coffee book. Like, what? Like, your coffee table book is like the definitive, like, tome of Egypt. And you can't, like, see these photographs. Give me a break. Incredibly disappointing, darling. Sad, really. Well, I don't know about that, Travis. I mean, look, here's the thing. I don't, well, it's not true. Everybody does. Everybody, like, clumps humans together, and it's like, oh, you know, like, the French. Kidding. Sorry, French people, I love you. Or whatever. Like, Americans, right? However, I judge people on individuals. I'm not going to judge Egyptians based off of Zahi Hawass. He's one man. Judge people. Hitting Iceland tomorrow. Oh, fun, Kate. Oh, fun, Pumpkin. Have a wonderful, lovely day. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate, again for the unbelievably generous 25 gifted subs. You are beyond a mensch. Thank you, Pumpkin. Talk to you soon. And yeah, and again, the stuff that for me that just puts it over the edge is the Sphinx. I do not believe that erosion is wind. It's water erosion. It's water erosion. And that's not me, that's like geologists saying that. And again, we'll look at the Sphinx's face. It's wrong. That face was definitely not the original lion. It's way too small. Okay? I think Egyptians found the Sphinx there. I'm sure it was crumbling, because by the time they got there, the Sphinx was probably 6,000 years old. You know? Yeah, like the Sphinx may have been like 6,000 years old by the time the Egyptians got there. And it was probably crumbling, and they fixed it up, and they put the pharaoh's face on it. But I love that one of the most, to me, weirdly convincing bits of science around the Sphinx, not only is the water erosion, and the last time there was water in the Nile Valley like that kind of flooding was 10,500 years ago, but the other one that blows my mind, and is like, that is so fascinating. Yeah, dude, Travis, bro, is that the Sphinx is Leo, okay, and it lines up with the constellation Leo on the equinox, okay, but it's off. little bit. And people were like, well, maybe they messed up. Turns out, if you rewind the astronomical charts 10,500 years ago, the Sphinx lines up perfectly with the constellation Leo at the equinox. Perfectly. And it's just like, is this a coincidence? Come on. There's just too much. There's too much to me. And then they get all like weird about it. And then like Zahi, like there's this door. There's this door on the side of the Sphinx, and like nobody's allowed to go in there. And he's like, there is nothing there. We have been there. There is nothing in there. Then just open the door. There's nothing in there. Don't worry about this door. Then just open the door, bro. If there's nothing in there, let us take a look. If there's nothing in there, you're making it weird, bro. You're making it weird. That's on you. It's called the Streisand effect. The guy's like, don't look at this, don't look at this. And I was like, well, I wasn't gonna. Now I want to look because you're all like, don't look. It's like, dude, it's the exact same thing with Coldplay. Like the CEO at Coldplay. If they had just kissed and been like normal when they went on that display at that concert, and they just kissed. Oh, we're on the kiss cam. Okay. It would have completely blown over. Like maybe somebody would have recognized them. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. But because they like freaked out, they're like, oh, look at me. Oh my God. Everybody was like, wait, why are you so obsessed with not being on the kiss cam? Is there a reason? Who are you? Should I know who you are? Nobody knew who he was. He's some stupid random CEO. Nobody would have recognized him. Like, give me a break, Like, oh, you know who the CEO of was that stupid company called Astronomy or something? Like, you know the name of, you know what the CEO looks like? Get out of here. Nobody knew. If they had just been cool, nothing would happen. Zahi was. There's this door in the side of the Sphinx. No camera's ever been allowed in there. Why, bro? That's super weird. This is just open the door, bro. It's like, anyway, all the more reasons why I do not trust Zahi Hawass, and why I believe the Sphinx is over 10,000 years old, and why the Egyptians did not build the pyramids. Dun dun dun. Scandalous. Who built the pyramids? Who built the pyramids? Maybe it was aliens. Ooh, no, it wasn't aliens. It was aliens, man. I don't think it was aliens. I think it was people. I like another fascinating thing that Graham Hancock came up with. Yeah, let's see. 007. Again, what's that say? Well, it says, while the Great Sphinx has several openings, it does not have any accessible internal chambers or passages for general public visitation. There is a secret door that you are not allowed to go into, and they claim that there's nothing there. There's nothing behind the door. What you going to look for the door? There's nothing behind this door. Open the door then, bro. Open the door. Prove it. Really easy to do. Real easy. Careful though, Yummy. I don't promote gambling. I'm glad you learned how to play though, and just please remember to gamble. If you are going to gamble, you should know the rules, so you're more likely to win. So if you're playing basic strategy, you're more likely to win. And Corey would like a Nemtris. There is a secret door behind Mount Rushmore, but you can actually Google that. And it's not even that big a deal. It's just storage back there. But, like... But again... Oh, the one that I want to know, though. Okay, no. We've been picking on Egypt for a minute, okay? We've been picking on Zahi Hawass. What about the secret place in the Grand Canyon that you're not allowed to go visit? Yeah. You heard me. There's a secret place in the Grand Canyon where you and I can't go. It's a super secret, top secret, none more secret. Look it up. It's a real thing. Exactly, Iliamin. Exactly. Gambling is purely entertainment, you know. Set yourself a limit of how much you are willing to lose, because the odds are you will lose that money. So just set yourself a limit, how much you are willing to lose, and once you hit it, stop. Walk away. Whatever that limit is, it's your limit. But when you hit it, you stop and you walk away. Zagoroth, thanks for following, bro. Oliver, guitar tonight, 3:30. I might play guitar. We'll see. Well, probably not. It's not really on my bingo card. We'll see where the topic goes. I may bust it out, but I don't know. We'll see. It's a mystery. I never monetize these streams anyway on YouTube, so it doesn't matter if I don't care about getting a copyright notice. It's not going to be a copyright strike unless I'm trying to monetize it. And if I don't monetize it, it doesn't matter. Bro, the Bob Lazar stuff is wild. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff about Bob Lazar that's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Doesn't make sense. But the private estate house where people go to do satanic practice incredibly. Bro, there's some weird stuff out there. There's this weird place. I was watching, he was on Rogan. It was called, like, the Python Hunter. It's this guy down in Florida. And they were, I need to do a name trace with light. They were exploring. There was, like, some ex-military base that was, like, in the middle of the Everglades that they kind of stumbled into. That was, like, empty. And there's all this, like, weird satanic stuff. And there was, like, this creepy doll on the ground that, like, moved. And, like, it went in and it was in one place. And when they came out, this doll was in another place. It was, like, ugh. Just give myself the willies thinking about it. Heebie-jeebies. I don't like kid things I don't like kids involved with horror. Kids freak me out. Okay, was that name trace with light? It probably was, wasn't it? Oh, no, Megan. It's just a regular name trace. No light warning. Don't worry. It's a regular name trace. This will be a name trace for our friend, Corey MCD21. Wow. Corey. Breathe. And then more tapping was requested, I believe. More tapping, guys. Why not do more tappings? Hang on, Travis. I'll go back to Egypt here. Surely not, Travis Scott says. The only thing that proves, at least for me, that the pyramids and the Sphinx were built by Egyptians, that there's some temple there where the sun only shines on the king's face. Maybe, man. Maybe. Could be. Could be. Again, another major problem, though, with Egypt is that those guys did not have an issue with writing things down, okay? Egyptians had scrolls, they had hieroglyphics, they had crazy carvings. I mean, the Egyptians were not shy about recording things. There is zero mention anywhere in all of Egypt about how they built the pyramids or the Sphinx. You're saying that the greatest construction engineering project that the world had ever seen, and nobody made like any record about it. Nobody. Really? That makes sense to you? This incredibly vociferous culture who is like doing beautiful engineering, and Egyptians did incredible stuff. I'm not taking anything from the Egyptians. Amazing culture. Nobody thought to like write down how they built the most unbelievable engineering project in the world. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me at all. And the whole tomb thing, dude, go to the Valley of the Kings. Every single tomb is decked out in hieroglyphics, paintings, beauty, blah blah blah. The Great Pyramid in the King's Chamber is a barren, blank thing. One of these things is not like the other. It doesn't make sense. Like when you add it all up, it's like, what the heck, man? It does not make sense. Yeah, and the shafts are weird, and there's like this slab. There's this gigantic slab of like rose quartz that weighs like 500 tons. That's above the King's Chamber, and it's like, why? Like, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Indeedly. Well, I lost my toe a couple of years ago at Burning Man. I dropped a big piece of construction scaffolding called a put log onto my toe, and did not tickle, and took about a year. For that to grow all the way back. It's my big toe on my left hand side, or is it my right? Is it my right or my left? I think it's my right toe. But yeah, it took a year. It sucked. Honestly, you know what's funny? It wasn't that bad. I mean, I definitely was limpy. I was limpy for a couple of days. But all things considered, it was kind of a miracle. Because I could have definitely been, like, in massive pain for the whole week. And I really wasn't. It was kind of like, God, super lucky, all things considered. But anyway, steel-toed boots, people. Steel-toed boots. And yeah, so listen, Travis, I mean, I don't think it was aliens. Well, this was a very sad movement that was done by River. That's the only thing that was tied with the building process. But even that, there's no record of a boat that Egyptians built that would haul a stone that size to my knowledge. Like, there's just weird stuff about Egypt that does not add up to me. There's these huge holes. It's kind of like the problem with Egypt is it's kind of like evolution, right? You have this kind of like, if you zoom way out, right? There's kind of like this, there's this big picture, like, you can kind of see like A to B. Like, I see how A became this, it's like for example, they now think like the nearest relative to whales is a wolf. So they now believe that wolves evolutionized into whales. And you can, when you step back, you kind of see it, right? And at the exact same time, there's these massive holes that we don't know. It's like this, we eventually got to there. But like, it's a long time. Here to here is a real evolutionary, leap. Yeah. But like with Egypt, there's just weird holes in the story. I mean, maybe the Egyptians did it. Maybe they built the pyramids. Maybe. I don't know, man. It just does not add up. There's so many other things that make more sense, especially when you realize that the Nile Valley and like the Sahara Desert was like a lush tropical place 10,000 years ago or 11,000 years ago. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, and dudes, what is buried underneath the Sahara Desert? If there was a way to somehow look beneath the sand, I would put good money that there is some insanely cool buried civilization stuff deep in the Sahara Desert. There has to be, man. And that'd be so cool to finally discover that. The problem is, where do you dig? Where do you look? Where's the first place you go? I don't know. It's a big place. Boy, if we could come up with some kind of a technology that could scan in, like, and see through sand, aka like seeing through rock, more or less. Oh, and also with the pyramids, what are these chambers they just found underneath the pyramids that go down like 300 yards? What? You tell me what happened. You tell me that Zahi Hawass. He's like, there's nothing to see there. There is nothing there. Really, bro? Nothing to see. Really? I beg to differ. Felty cord, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that. $4.99. Appreciate all the relaxing. Well, thank you, Felty. I really do appreciate that. Too kind, bro. Thank you. Exactly, Travis. Exactly. Oh, yeah, I know, Sean. I was obsessed with mummification. It's creepy. It's neat. It's wild. Rude. There's a lot of peat to form because of this. Listen, DMG. Could be, man. That would, but again, we need to come up with a way of somehow scanning, because there's no, you can't dig it all up. I mean, it's easy to say, just go dig up the desert. And it's like, go out to a desert, go out to some sand dunes with a shovel, okay, start digging, see what you think of that process, and like, Yeah. Like, and then what do? Do you go in there like do you just ship in giant earth movers and like they risk like crushing stuff and like doing? I mean, like, come on now. Key in place. Thank you so much, bro. That's very kind of you, man. I really appreciate that. You and Felty. Let me give you all some hugs. Come here, man. Oh, Illy, we talked about that, Illy. Not only that, it aligns with stars from 10,000 years ago. That's the crazy part. Come here, Kieran, Kian, and Felty. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Fist bumps. I mean, listen, maybe DMG, but I think it would be really cool to find out. I think it'd be really cool to find out what those things are and maybe have an exploratory dig and find out what's underneath the pyramids instead of thinking, no, there's nothing to look at. Don't look here. There's nothing to see here. Look over there. Look at the other pyramid over there. Lame. That's what I'm saying, Illy. Hundreds of yards, hundreds of meters down. And I don't think I have to dig up the pyramid. You can just dig next to the pyramid. Just dig like a exploratory well. You don't have to excavate the entire side of the pyramid. But if you just like went to one. Sick place is Fred's voice. Listen, I love Fred's voice too. He's amazing. You're welcome, Kian. I'm glad I can provide that level of satisfaction. You don't have to dig the whole side of the pyramid, darling. All you have to do is pick a spot. And the pyramids are freaking massive. They're massive. So use the ground penetrating radar, whatever you're using. Find out where's an interesting place. And dig it out. Dolores Pumpkin, thank you so much, darling. You're so too kind. Appreciate you, Dolores. The 300 bits. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dolores. Build me a tower that way. I mean, maybe, Illy, but that to me does not imply in any way, shape, or form the Great Pyramids. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I would call the Great. I can't translate Arabic, so I don't know if tower could be a pyramid, but a tower is a tower. The pyramids are freaking massive. Those are not a tower. A tower is a tower. The pyramids are like excuse me. The pyramids are like the greatest. Like I said earlier, the greatest engineering structure in the world. Up to that point, and for many, many hundreds, if not thousands of years after that. So, yeah. Calling that a tower? Not sold. Not sold. Too kind. Just don't do that. You'll find it. I bet that's my plumbers. They want me to turn everything on. Hang on, I'll be right back. Yeah, like an obelisk, exactly, right? Like an obelisk. Yeah, let me be right back. No, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I told you, I'm gonna leave this on, actually. I'm gonna leave this on. You're just gonna hear the sound of that. So there. Everything's still on. Still live streaming. No. Are you back? I locked the dog in. Oh, cool. Shh. Shh. Crazy. Do they want to do the water yet? Huh? Do they want to turn the water on yet or no? He's on. tickets just yet. Soon, darling, soon. Cry in the corner. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Megan? BRB. Whatever. The dog scared the pyramids out of me. Bit of an Egyptian joke there. The goose is good. The goose is good. Wait, I was number one. Don't. Maybe today, Kian. Maybe today. Unsure. Definitely not overall. No. Dude, I have some unbelievable fans who have donated and not insignificant donations to me. Very kind. Very kind. No, why would I memorize the commands? That's what I have you for. That's what you're for, Pinky. Flex, thank you so much. You like the jokes. Thank you so much, Flex. Very kind of you. I'm sorry, Louie. My dog does that. She's a dog. And when people at their door, dogs do what dogs do, which is often bark. So, sorry. Didn't mean it. Apologize. Do you get any effects from being a content creator? What do you mean by effects? Affects? Do I get, like, swag? Some. Is that what you mean? Do I get any, like, swag sent to me as a content creator? Again, I'm kind of small potatoes still. I only have 100 and something on YouTube. I'm like 6,000? 107,000 on YouTube? Which is a lot, don't get me wrong. Like, major, it's awesome. Super grateful. But it's not like I'm like, 1 million subscribers. I'm like, Lucy's a pit mix, darling. She's a pit/Formosan mountain hound. The old Anglo. What do you think about Germans or English? I love them both. I love going to England. I love going to Germany. I've had a great time in both countries. I've had a great time in every country I've been to. France, Germany, England, Spain, Italy, Switzerland. I had a great time in all of them. Austria, briefly. Thanks, Cat. I don't want to be a bot, you daft prick. Jeez Louise. Thank you, Cat. You're kind, darling. So kind. Thank you so much. Good luck with your hiring, Cat. Hang in there. Appreciate. Fist bumps. Fist bumps. Until the next time, Pumpkin. Good luck. Joker voice. Yeah, I'm doing Joker, and similar to my own voice. I just change it up here and there. Add a little bit. He's got his own kind of a vibe. He's a certain kind of a cadence and an accent that he likes to use. And sometimes he'll go up here in the register and he'll drop down. One of the greatest voices of all time, personally. That's what I think. That's what I think. I prefer Heath Ledger's Joker. It's so funny. His performance seems to be lost on the modern generation. These new kids today don't seem to have the same reverence for Heath Ledger's Joker that my more millennial sensibilities seem to enjoy. Can't just set us and forget us. What are you talking about? Good Lord, you two. Appreciate you both. Stop it. Stop being daft. Anyway, let's see, was I doing the Joker? Having a part of your life doesn't cause you to do anything to do with your mental health. You're good with saying or saying you'd rather do things. Wait, what? I don't understand DMG. This part of your life doesn't cause anything to do with your mental health. good with saying or taking up time, you'd rather do other things. I don't understand your question, darling. I have no idea about Twitch. Well, trying to use the AIs more, trying to get more help there with the chat GPTs. But until very recently, you were my chat GPT. Exactly, Oliver. Some states like Florida start back up very soon. Other states like California starts up in September. Typically, though, in America, school starts back up at the end of August or early September. I'd have to agree with you, Sean Kenny. Thought Nicholson's was good. Look, I love Jack Nicholson. Okay. Legend. But Heath Ledger's Joker was just such a original take. Because before that, it had always been kind of like so like weirdly campy, And not something that, The Dark Knight and like what they did is they just made it more weirdly real and gritty. And yeah, but for some reason, apparently, the younger kids do not see the same level of appreciation for the Joker as I did. Ooh, what are you gonna do? Does being a content creator affect you mentally or take up time that you don't want it to? Well, here's the reality. And Kian, no, I don't write scripts. I get ideas and then I improv. Being a content creator, being a YouTuber, is a job, like any job. Being creative is weird. It's weirdly tiring. You don't always have cool ideas. So, yeah, but it's not like, but again, is it mentally taxing? No, it's like, here's the thing. No matter what your job is, there's going to be days you're like, ugh, it's a job. Or a part of your job where you're going to be like, ugh, that part of my job. Oh, it's pain, right? No matter what your job is, there's going to be a part of it you're like, for me, for example, like being an actor, okay? I don't like memorizing lines. Nobody likes memorizing lines. But acting is really cool and incredibly fun. I love acting. Don't like memorizing lines. But you just gotta do it. It's part of the job. You know what I'm saying? So, are there times when I don't feel like being a content creator? Yeah. But it's kind of like this. I was thinking about this the other day, and this is very, very true. Like, cost and payoff. And I've talked about this in relation to people and relationships. What's the cost of being right and looking good and all that. But everything we do in life, everything, has a cost and a payoff. Nothing is just all one or the other, right? For every decision you make, it means you're not making a million other decisions, right? And for me, the payoff of being a YouTube content creator and getting to do my characters and getting to be Edna Mode and the Joker and Helmut and Dimitri and Teddy Quid and being able to be a dad and a therapist and do all these characters is a great payoff. The cost? It's a job. I gotta edit. I don't really care for editing. I have to take care of myself. I'd groom to be camera ready, So if that's something that you don't like to do, then maybe that would suck for you. I don't know, It's just part of the job, though. So there's costs and there's payoffs. But for me, the payoff is really cool. Getting to do this and talk to you all. It's really nice. Johnny Hicklepop. What is more manly? Listening to ASMR or going to the gym daily? Going to the gym, 100%. Go to the gym, bro. And then listen to ASMR, but definitely go to the gym. physical fitness is really important. Yeah, go take care of your health. Go to the gym. Like enjoying science but hating the homework. Sort of like that, DMG. Sort of like that. And, hey, Calvin, you had background band, you couldn't watch it. Yeah, that one was okay. Yeah, no, Ken, nope. No, just, I get a gist of what I want to do and say, and then I just run with it. The old Anglo. I'm from Ohio. I grew up in Ohio. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Naku, more Joker. I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more Joker. But yeah. Alright, team. It's been a fun ramble. I hope you enjoyed this. A little ramble through a Thursday. I need to film. So I need to find the video I'm going to react to, and I'm going to shave a little bit, blast the AC, cool it down in here, it's hot in here, and then get ready and do a little Edna Mode reaction video, I think. So, okay, take care, YouTube. I'm wishing you Auf Wiedersehen, and some Edna Mode coming out tomorrow. Take care, YouTube. Ciao. And now,